Module 1, the problem. Every solution starts with a problem, and here's the problem with traditional teachings about habit creation. How many times have you heard the following myths in some shape or form? It takes 21 days for something to become a habit. Repetition builds habits. Practice makes perfect. Set SMART goals. Create a habit and get a reward for sticking to it. Now, how many of them have proven to be true and sustainable ways of creating and sticking to habits? The answer is usually none. And it's not because you lack willpower or you can't do it. Rather, it's because this is not how human behavior works, period. The underlying problem is in how human beings are designed doesn't work with our time-honored tradition of creating habits. So how are human beings designed? Well, think back in history. Did every prehistoric man or woman have a set routine? No. One day a saber-toothed tiger needed to be fought off, but once killed provided enough food for weeks, so the women were busier cooking during those times, and the men did less hunting for food, and maybe they spent more time together in their literal man cave. But a few weeks later, food became scarce again, and so the men had to go off and hunt, and maybe the women did more gathering of roots and berries. And since the Habit Collective is a women-only entity, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that just because these were the roles back then, they aren't always the same roles now, and I think any one of us ladies could take on that saber-toothed tiger. Thank you very much. The truth is that although the world has changed immensely since those days, our wiring hasn't. We're still reactionary creatures who act on what is happening in our day, often one moment to the next. Consistency only comes when we're in the habit of doing behaviors, and those behaviors only become habits when they are structured in a way that works with how we are designed. People change best by feeling good, not by feeling bad. Yet the ways that we've been taught to create habits, as listed on the previous slide, don't often yield to feeling good. Let's take these myths about habit creation one by one in the next module. See you there.